Hi everyone, welcome back to a 2020 Dreamer video. This is following on from, hopefully you've done the workshop on deciding what you want in the next 10 years, which is a previous video. If you haven't, it's definitely going to be worth you doing that video before you come to this one. But you can also watch this one first, it's not the end of the world. So from that previous video, you should have a list of 50 things that you want to happen in the next 10 years or so. And what we're going to do now is have a little bit more fun with those. We're going to get them online, where you can get a little bit more interactive with them and start making them happen. So how I want you to do that is I want you to use an online program called Trello. So however you want to get to it, you can search in Google just for Trello, or you can go to your address bar and put trello.com, and you'll find it's right at the top. So once you're on Trello, I just want you to sign up. As it says here, it's absolutely free. Now this is an actual online cloud software project management tool, but for this instance we're going to use it for just tracking these goals and making you able to achieve them. So I'm going to quickly sign up. Just so hopefully you're doing it as I'm doing it. If you fall behind, just press pause until you're ready to go. So once you've created an account, it really is pretty simple to do. It's going to give you the spiel that if you want to go through, you can sort of skip past all this this first jargon and just follow as I go ahead. So as you see, there's no boards in at the moment. There's a welcome board, you can go and have a look around that, but specifically for you we need to add a new board. So all you have to do is go up to the plus sign, click new board and give it a name. So this is going to be my wants, call it whatever you want. My wants, my 10-year plan. I'm just going to put my wants for now. I can change it later, it's not nothing set in stone. And it comes up with your brand new board. I'm just going to hide the menu bar because we don't need it that much. And then I want you to relabel what these are a list. So basically there's going to be all these columns are going to be all your different your wants that you've written down. So as we go across, I'm going to put the first one, I'm going to just click on the header and change it to most important. I'm going to change doing to 1 year. This will all become apparent as I'm going through, but if you just keep following along, 3 years. To add a list, just click on the add a list. 5 years. 10 years plus. Goals achieved. And I'm just going to put one right in the end because there's room there, and put most proud of. Okay, so just go through, add all those columns, press pause on me if you need to while you get across all those. Okay, so you've done all that, you've got all your columns. You can always change the names of them later if it doesn't suit what you want it to say or it doesn't match how you're thinking. What I want you to do now is get your list of 50 items, and I want you to start just adding in underneath each column a card for each item. So just start typing in everything that you've got. That's stop smoking, get fitter, maybe in a 3-year one. You've got meet somebody. I'm going to put on meet Richard Branson. You'll have your own list, so just know all you got to do is click add card, type in anything you want. £1 million in the bank, or dollars. Just click Miami Beach House. And add. So all I want you to do at the moment is just keep clicking, adding, get all your 50 items in those 4 columns there. don't have to worry about anything else, just write them in. Again, you can abbreviate them to get them in. You can put your own code if you think you're going to share this with anybody. But what I want you to do is get all of those items in there. Okay, so I'll leave you with that a second, and I'll add a load more fictional ones for my list to show you, and then we'll be able to start having a little bit of fun with these. Right, so have you got all your lists in there? Have you just fired them all through? I've got about 30 here. It's quite hard to make things up. Obviously I haven't put my list on because it can be quite personal, some of this stuff. So no one's going to see it, but once you've got all your list in, you can start playing around a little bit more with it. So you can start picking out individual items and start saying, well, how am I going to achieve these and what's going to happen? So I want you to just pick out ones at a time. This one jumps out at me. Dog named Jazz. Now, this is actually one of mine because I do want a dog called Jazz. Now in the description field, I want you to type in there what you want, why you want that, why is that important to you? Write it out. You know, what does this card mean? Or why is it important to you? We know if we make the why stronger, then the how to do it becomes easier. The fun stuff that you can start doing is attaching a file. So I can actually go there. I know what type of dog I want Jazz to be. So I can add in there the picture. I can write a comment. I can add checklists. I can all of a sudden, each card, each goal becomes its own living, breathing thing that's going to give you inspiration. Every time you come back to this board, you're going to look at things and say, oh, well, actually, now I can see it's starting to grow, it's starting to live. Miami Beach House, I can get a picture of that just to give me a little bit of motivation, a little bit of colour on that board. Once I'm logging in, I want to start seeing things, visualising things, because if you can start to see things, and you can certainly start to make them happy as well. Okay, so look at all of your lists, all those lists in a row. Every item now is its own separate item, and so you can start to really tunnel into each one. You can start to see where maybe things are in conflict with each other. Maybe that 5-year one shouldn't be in 5 year, it should be in 3, because if this is the best thing now, it's an active list. You can drag it around, you can change it and edit it, and it's not on a piece of paper anymore. So I think purposely put this one in, but you might have conflicts like this. So 3 years in, you might have start a family, but in your 5 year, you might have meet someone, start a relationship. Now obviously it's hard to do one without the other, not impossible, but it is quite hard. So you might want to change things around. It might be you need to grab this one and put that one in a 5 year, and meet someone and start a relationship needs to be in a 3 year. So all you got to do is click on them and drag them around. Now what I'd do as well is I'd make the top one the highest priority you've got out of these lists. So if meet someone and start relationships more important than meeting Richard Branson or visiting Australia, and put it at the top of your list. Stick it right up there. But what we're also going to do, once you've put these all in order, live in the now, get fitter, take my vitamins. With the 1 year plan, those top 4 should be the same as the 4 that you wrote down for the most important 4 things for you. So once you've got those 4 at the top, I'd drag them over to the most important ones you've got and put them in order. As you can see now, it's starting to throw things around, starting to, really make these things come alive in your head and on this board. And it's your board. It's everything that when you come to it, spend some time looking at this, start connecting with all these things. I've got one here that says, "Go to Glastonbury," so I might attach a picture of Glastonbury, which is that one, just to give me some inspiration. I might actually think, well, hold on, there's, I can go to YouTube, pick out videos of Glastonbury and paste that link right in there. So all of a sudden when I come to my list and I see, oh, go to Glastonbury, yeah, what do I need to do with that? It starts to come alive. It starts to give you all that inspiration's in one place on one card now. So you can also do a checklist. So Glastonbury, what do I need to do? So you can call it a checklist. Register for tickets. You have to pre-register, I guess. Register for tickets. Find out who wants to come. Buy a tent. Buy some bows. Train tickets. Whatever it is, you can just start adding. For me to achieve that goal, I need to do all those 5 things. And when I come out of that, now you can see under that Glastonbury, go to Glastonbury, I've got a comment, I've got an attached file, I've got a checklist, see 0 for 5. So as I open it up, I've got 5 things to do. Now I've registered for tickets. I found out which ones of my mates who want to come. I'm starting to tick things off, starting to make it a little bit more, achievable. There's not 5 things to do now, there's 3. I've gone and bought a tent, and now it's starting to make it happen. I can actually put a date on that, saying when's that due. Well, Glastonbury is going to be, I'm not quite sure when it is, August sometime. It's the 13th of August. So now there's a date on there as well. And that might be coming closer, so I'm going to drag it across. That's this year. That's quite important this year now. And all of a sudden maybe things are happening. Oh, okay, I'd like to have a dog, but this year now I've got other things planned. I'm not going to be at home too often, so I might have to drag that one over. Poor old dog. And put it in a 3-year plan, but it's still alive, Everything's still active and fun to use. Do a bungee jump. Maybe you've done it, right? So you can just basically drag that one over. That one's done. Goals achieved. That's, do a bungee jump is done. You might want to spend more time with your family. Have a better relationship with your son, your daughter. So what I do is, on those ones, attach a file. So I've got a picture here of me and my dad. So that's, if I want to have a better relationship with somebody, what better way than to put a photo in there and say, oh yeah, no, that one, maybe that one's more important than being down there. Maybe that one needs to go to the top of the list. Maybe that one's needs to be in my 1-year plan. I ain't got 3 years to worry about that, I need to get on and make them things happen. Okay, so really is your list, your items on there. It's really easy to use. It's free, absolutely free to use. And you can invite other members, and if you've got family that if this is goal orientated for your family, invite your other family members to join your board. Set up a separate board for family goals, for family wants. When you drag something across, visit London. That might be a major goal, but celebrate that you've done that one. Celebrate, cheer. Why not? You've done one of your goals, achieved. Well, obviously, when you're in London, you can probably have a drink or two. Okay, but then over in the most proud is actually when you did the workshop. The first question you had to answer was what the 5 things you're most proud of. Stick them in there. I'm trying to think what I put. I think mine was I moved to Bermuda when I was younger, so I'm proud of doing that. So I'm gonna attach a file of that. Stick them in there. Write down something about it. Put a description in. What did you do? I raised money for charity. At least should be 5 things over there you're most proud of. Give yourself a slap on the back. You've already achieved things. This picture you might not understand, but I actually raised money for charity by going and drinking with people. So as your board becomes active and live, it becomes much more fun. Maybe on these most proud of, maybe you're more proud of writing a book. Once you've written a book, maybe that goes on your most proud of list, and something else drops off, but you're still there, isn't it? Everything's goals achieved. As you put your list in order, maybe driving a racing car is not as important to you anymore. You can just drop it right out of there. You can archive it. it's gone. It's not gone forever, but it's gone off your list. So the things on this list are what's important to you, the things that you want to happen. There might be some things on the list that might need you to set your own board up, because this is a project management program or online cloud. You might have to work for myself. That might take more than a box. So you might want to go over and create a new board called Work for Myself. Things to do, things I'm doing, things I've done. Same thing, the concept's all there for everything you do. You might be able to, once you've got to know Trello, you might be able to take it to your work and actually get them to do projects and get all your work colleagues to, join together and come up with some wants that they want to achieve at work. But for me, Trello's a great thing. So rather than having your list on a piece of paper and a notepad somewhere, you can have this actual thing looking at you live. You can get an app for the iPhone, for the iPad. You can get a Google Play. There's an Android app. This is all active. Take it with you. Add things to it. Throw things around. Really get into it and make your lists of wants something that you want to happen, obviously. And let me know how you get on. So thanks for staying with me. Hopefully you've got through all that and it makes sense. Let me know if that confusing video has confused you too much. If you've got any questions, you can join me at 2020dreamer.com. Same for Twitter and Facebook, 2020dreamer. I'm Paul Nicholson. I'm Drink with Paul on Twitter. Or you can find me on Facebook too. And that was a Blue Jeans Media production. Thank you.